From the time I was a little girl, I always had a heart for those in difficult situations. And it was always my desire to try to find a way to uplift in any way, to make somebody smile.
She's just always been a light. She is somebody that always sees the best in others and always looking for ways to lift others up. I used to joke that she was always the person that would take in the stray cat because she just had this heart for helping others.
I have a fine art gallery and consultancy in Ponte Vedra Beach. I had the opportunity to acquire it when I was 22 years old, and since then we've grown quite a bit with our artists, with our client reach, and into the healthcare sector as well. I was raised by two wonderful parents in a loving home. They are entrepreneurs in the restaurant business. They were creatives, visionaries, and just really taught me a lot about giving and also the creative side of things. Starting out placing artwork in people's homes was very gratifying for me. And then I quickly realized art didn't just have the capacity to transform a space, but really a person as well.
She has a real knack for picking out, whether it be colors or types of art, to bring joy or comfort to the patients where they are.
We had a wonderful opportunity to come on board with Baptist, and it was such a life-changing experience to work along the art committee and to really study each section, every place where people would have different treatment, the emotions that they would anticipate, and we were able to then find specific artwork to cater to the different needs, the different levels of stress and anxiety. It's just fascinating to me to see and to be a part of uplifting people with artwork. My greatest job and love are being a mom to my two daughters. They are both in high school. I have a senior and a sophomore. I was asked to join the board for Art with a Heart in Healthcare. They are a local foundation that provides in-person art sessions with patients in many different settings, from hospitals, now even memory care. Volunteers in Medicine as well has a great partnership with Art with a Heart. It's an organization that both breaks my heart and fills it at the same time.
I was born in Long Beach, California, to Puerto Rican parents on a naval base, and ever since then I've been traveling the world due to being a Navy brat. So I've been a proud Duvillian since 2004. So my background is in radio. I've been working in radio since I was 17. It's basically where I got my community service foundation.
She's been in the radio for a long time. She had a show, The Hangovers, and it was so funny to hear her on the radio. And having a Latina woman on the radio station at that time was not that common. So it was very impressive to see her there and to see the way that she has scaled from there.
I do have a strong background in the arts here in Jacksonville. I work with Cultural Council, which is Jacksonville's basically nonprofit for the arts community. I've also worked with Art Republic here in Jacksonville, so a lot of the murals that you see in downtown Jax I was part of. I was also in Mayor Deegan's Art and Cultural Committee.
She loves seeing people happy. She loves going out into the community and bringing those smiles forward, especially with the children. She does Art in the Park every year and brings students out from different schools to do art in the park. Everything she does is with her heart. She leads with her heart. She's very compassionate. She's always doing everything she can to bring the different cultures. It's like she says she's Puerto Rican by blood, but in her heart, she's everything.
I've always been the person that looks at the glass half full and not half empty, but 2017 was one of those years that kind of challenged me in a way.
She was actually in Puerto Rico while Hurricane Maria was going on, and it was a tough time for her. But at the same time, I think it was also a time where she was able to recollect her thoughts.
That experience definitely affected who I was. I relied on God a lot, and I asked him what was his purpose for me. And he told me that my job wasn't done here in Jacksonville. And it really opened up my eyes to the fact that I want to do more service and community work here in Jacksonville. So once I came back from Puerto Rico, I decided to start my company, Yaya Productions, and haven't stopped since.
I am one of the executives at Florida Blue and Guidewell, and I actually lead a team of legal professionals and lawyers in our legal department. My specialty is in employment law and board governance, but the team that I lead has a wide variety of legal specialties.
She is the soul of discretion. Her other job is to be the vice president in charge of legal support for HR and employee matters. And she handles these matters with such compassion, yet strength, with such discretion. She's highly, highly effective at her job.
My dad had the biggest influence on me. He was an attorney in St. Petersburg, Florida. I learned to appreciate all that he did for people, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do, and followed in his footsteps, and I'm really happy I did.
Suzanne's servant heart comes very naturally. Her mother, who was a pharmacist, provided free services to free clinics.
There are just so many challenges in our community with making sure that people have access to good health care. And I think both Florida Blue and Volunteers in Medicine, that's what they focus on. I understand the purpose because that's what my mom did. And so I've grown up appreciating the value of having quality health care for everyone because my family believes in that. I'm married to an attorney, as met in law school, and I have 2 boys and 2 beautiful daughter-in-laws. We enjoy spending time together, traveling together, just hanging out together. I have a very sweet dog named Bama, and she is the joy of our life and our baby right now. We have a great time together.
Suzanne feels, I think, most empowered when she's quietly behind the scenes, being impactful. She served on the board of PACE. She's the current chair of the Jacksonville Speech and Hearing Board. She's a great mentor. She leads with strength but compassion. When you think of a woman with heart, that really does define Suzanne Horne.
Everyone has something that they can give to an organization, and you just need to find what yours is and get out there and help these organizations so that we can help the community of Jacksonville.
I had a pretty rough upbringing, unstable environment. My mother was a dental technician. She made dentures for a living. Unfortunately, she was addicted to drugs and alcohol. However, it was her talents that I was around. I was like, well, wait a minute, she's making dentures. I want to figure out how can I save people's teeth. I want to figure out what we can do about that. So my life was void of positive role models, and my only role models actually were teachers, believe it or not. So, my safe haven was school. So I ended up with a full ride. I joined the Beta Alpha chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated at FAMU. Well, they were the women in which I looked up to, and they helped to shape me into part of being the woman I am today.
She has been through a lot. And for me to be able to see the work that she put in, leading up to her success now is just unbelievable, to be honest with you.
And then so I wrote a book. I talk about how though life might throw you curveballs and we might have these different obstacles and adversities, I didn't allow that to be my outcome.
She's a very giving person. She sees the good in people no matter what, always. She will do this thing called Free Dental Day, where anybody can come out and they just get free procedures.
If it's not that I'm doing a free dental day, then we're doing free smile makeovers. So again, that was the village that was taking care of me. So I'm always thinking like, okay, how can I do my part, walking in my purpose?
She'll give, and she isn't really looking for anything in return. That's pretty big to me.
Been wanting to make sure that I am able to be the mom to my children that I didn't have. My husband and I, we I met him when I was 11. We didn't start dating until I was in college and he was in the military. We have our oldest son, Cedric, who's also headed off to the military. And then we started over. We have Christian, who is 6, soon to be 7, and then Callie, who is 5, going on 55. I love sweets, so I know it's kind of hard coming from the dentist, but I love sweets. There's an ice cream that I love. It's my birthday cake ice cream. Oh my God. It is terrible, but I like to mix it with, it was the kids' muffin, and I would warm them. Oh my God.
I think it's kind of nasty, me personally, but I like the creativity, you know.
Decadent delight might be me eating chocolate-covered popcorn on a beach with my daughters and my husband.
I have dark chocolate stashed everywhere. And I can pretty much tell how my day's going about on how many times I've had to get into the dark chocolate.
I can beatbox. Actually, no, I can't beatbox. I can't. I love to dance salsa and bachata. I can dance by myself. You can put me in the desert and I'll still have a good time.
I like to get my hands dirty. I like to work in the garden. I got that from my mother, who loved plants. And so I always have a vegetable garden going all year round. I love African violets and orchids.
Getting in comfy clothes the minute I get home and sitting on the couch with my family, watching the sunset and just being, not having much to think about, talk about, just in the presence of the ones that I love.
What do I do in my downtime? I love to hang out with my dog Mambo and just chill on my sofa and watch all the Real Housewives.
Spa day. That is my newfound thing to relax, release, and rest.